much as those who want to control us. Personally, as I went to get signatures, I met with different groups. I met people that have helped me and some others that helped me start the Tea Party unit in Calhoun County. There is hope if we don't go bankrupt. My thought and thoughts are for those who will be paying the price when the tax man comes. And those who think they can keep a good health care coverage.
Mom, can you get me out?
Then the cost to their employer is less than it would be to cover them under insurance. Those that think health care will be free. And those who have been dropped by their employer will end up on medical. They have no idea, no clue. Together we'll work on the Health Care Freedom Act that our descendants, they have a health care choice. And I went and left my sign over here. Would you grab that? Pull the cover off it, please. Kind of got bent up in the trunk, but it's called Remember in November. And we will, as a unit, and as a country, I'm sure, remember in November of 2010, and of 2012, and of 2014, to vote for those who want control of our lives. And we'll put them out of office. Thank you.
How many signatures did you get? Say real loud.
You can probably attribute somewhere close to 25. 25.
The last person I want to invite up just to say a couple things is Steve Ross. Steve Ross is a instrumental leader in the Tea Party movement and the Southeast Michigan 912 movement. He joined us early, saw the reality of what was going on, and that this was enough news that we had to fight back. And even though maybe things were a little choppy at the beginning, you know, when you're a life raft, when you're in a life raft looking for the shore, you're going to elbow each other a little bit. And we did that at the beginning. But he came on board quickly, and we found a sweet spot of preparation, and I'm so glad. So tell us kind of what your first
we decided early on, really at the onset, when we heard about the healthcare position as the Southeast Michigan 912 project for the Tea Party, to get involved and to support this 100%. Because if we don't have the ability to try to fight, if we just roll over and play dead, then we're not going to be able to accomplish anything. So, regardless of whether we have the other signatures or not, which is what we talked about in the 912 project meetings, it's not that. It's that we try and that there's still a state that believe strongly enough that we can accomplish something in the future. Might not be a petition, but we're trying to push, we're trying to get people involved, and I think that, you know, one thing that I would like to say before I go any further is Ron Federanco. They did incredible amounts of work. They bought tables for us at the Gibraltar Trade Centers in Mount Clemens and in Taylor, and I, along with a number of other people, manned those tables. We met a lot of fantastic people. Some people we had to convince to sign. One guy I spent over half an hour talking to, but he signed. We had some people who didn't sign. It's fine too, because eventually, you know, we'll be able to convince people of the importance of being able to make a choice.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
One thing I'll say is that usually what we found is there were people who flat out liked the idea of healthcare, but more often than not, we heard stories about people who weren't quite sure what the petition was about, and I first went off and gave it to them to go read. We want an informed citizenry. Some were concerned about ending up on some list, not with us, but with the government, and somehow coming back on them. And I know that we talked about trying to persuade them that if the government was that organized, we probably wouldn't be in this mess. But they have legitimate concerns, which is scary, because when they say that when you fear the government, there's tyranny. When the government fears the people, there's liberty. So you can see the direction that we're kind of moving in as a country. And we're so grateful for the volunteers. Now, we had one statewide organization that jumped on board with us, and I'm so proud to be partnering with the National Federation of Independent Business and Charlie Owens. I'm going to invite Charlie to come up. He is, again, a man after my own heart. He sees the opportunity, he goes for it, and win, lose, or draw, he's been on board from the beginning. So, Charlie, come on up and say a little bit about what this means.
Thank you, Wendy. We are a small business organization. One of the biggest pieces of disinformation in this bill is that it helps small business. And you hear that from everybody that voted for it, they're coming back for re-election. By golly, we help small business. That is not true. That is not factual. The Congressional Budget Office alone says that only 12% of small businesses are going to qualify for the credits in this bill, and then they disappear in 6 years, while the cost of health care to small business is going to continue to escalate. So this is not true. It's a big piece of disinformation. We're proud to partner with Wendy and all you in trying to restore health care freedom. You know, we didn't get to 381,000 signatures. You know, you don't have to apologize to anybody. Because let me tell you this, in recent Michigan history, there has never been a petition effort like this that has gathered this many signatures without using paid petition signature gatherers and within a short window of time. There's 150,000 plus signatures back there. For folks who are dismissing us and saying, well, it's too bad you didn't make it, that just shows you that folks like this bill. That's nothing but a bunch of baloney. There's 150,000 activists now that are motivated. Remember what Winston Churchill said. We'll fight them in the courts, we'll fight them in the capitals, and we're going to fight them in the ballot box in November. And these 150,000 people are going to talk to their friends and neighbors, and you can bet that there's going to be somebody's going to have to pay in November. So this is just a battle. This isn't the war, and we're not done yet. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, like he said, we're not sure. I think it's 145, between 145 and 185 in this pile. They just come and look at it later. It's amazing. The average signature gatherer gathers 10 signatures an hour. You do the math. How much manpower? At a time when our state is ranked 50th in economic indicators, people are out of work, they're stressed out, and they're suffering, and yet they're picking up a petition and going and circulating it because they care about this issue. It's that important. And I'm really proud of these signatures and every person who went out there and got signatures. It's